Hello and welcome to my indie game devlog. And I'm making a game called Square Slash, and this is my progress so far. And you can see that um, so we got like a glow thing going on there. I don't know if you can see this on YouTube, but this like there's a glow thing going on, and then I have implemented some text rendering as well. You can see that the score, that's the place for the score. I'm gonna put it there, and right now it's just counting every second. So yeah, and then we can still go back to this first scene that I made, and then we can go back here. And I don't know if you can see the glow, but it looks pretty good, I think. And the way that I've implemented the glow is actually the same way that Bungie had used for Halo 3. And the only difference is that I'm using like lower resolutions because we're running it on Android, so it might, it might cause lags or whatever. So let me show you this real quick. We go here. Now you can see this when I was trying to implement the glow. I searched around for a bit, and then I found this thing, and it says it right here. This guy knows that it's being used by Bungie for Halo 3, and then the way that this is done is you first take a part of the image in which you want to glow, the parts that you want to glow, and then you downsample it to a fixed size so that if you have like different screen resolutions, the glow intensity will not be different. So yeah, so this guy uses 512. I'll show you what I used. 512, like 128, and another 512 is like too big for mobile, I guess. But what I have done is um, this. Look, I first select the parts that I want to glow, and then I downsample it to 64. This guy downsampled it to like 512, and then he downsampled it again to 128 and then 32. What I'm doing is I downsample to 64, and then I downsample to 32, and then I downsample to 16. So 16 is like so less that if you blur 16, like it would go so fast and it wouldn't cause any lags. And then after that, according to this, we have to for each of those results we have to upsample it, and then add it to the level above it using a Gaussian blur filter. And I've actually done this as well. uh, I have my blur shader somewhere here. Let me see. Texture class, combine shader, horizontal blur shader. Yeah, something that's like really important. Since I'm downsampling it to like very less, like lesser than whatever the website tells us to downsample. I don't really need to do two blur passes for horizontal and vertical. I just do it for horizontal, and the result is pretty good, I guess, as you can see over here. Look at the blur. It's pretty good. I mean, it's flickering a little bit, but I guess I guess that's fine. That's pretty good. I don't know if I'll just keep this or change it to like fake it and like use like a glow mask and then just additively blend it on top. But for now, I think this is pretty good. I don't know if I'll change it later, but that's that. Um, so next thing to do is, yeah, and then the rest is just combining it, so I'm doing it the same way. And I'm combining to 256 instead of like full resolution. I'm doing it 256 so that when it upsamples to put it onto the screen, it would blur it a little bit more. So yeah, that's my glow thing. And then the next thing is my font rendering. Now font rendering, it's pretty cool. You can basically just like pass it uh, uh you can pass it a text. You can pass it a text, you can pass it a position and a height, and it would adjust the width on its own. And then you can call render, it would render it. Clean up would just clean up like whatever is allocated to an OpenGL buffer. So yeah, so that's my text rendering. And I'm adding like the if you can see here that this thing at the top, it keeps adding every second. So the way I'm doing that is over here. See, I just made a variable, a timer variable, and then I keep on adding it to the seconds, delta seconds. And then this is just to go back, like once I reach 100 it would go back to 0. But this is the main thing, so we can just update the text with the value, which is the timer converted to a string in this case, and then the position, which is on the top there. I'm just following the glass pane's position that's at the top. And then for the this is the size, right? Yeah, this is the size. The height size, I'm using screen width, that is my units, like whatever the game's units is, and then divided by 10. So that would scale like really good across all screen sizes. And we're playing this in a vertical thing, like we're not playing in a horizontal mode, so it's in a vertical mode. And I've tested on 3 devices with different screen sizes, and it scales like very nicely. And also, if you look at this, um, you can see that this is the text is in the middle. Okay, even if there are like 2 or 3 things, look, it still stays in the middle, right? So I'm actually doing that calculation and offsetting it back to the middle after doing all the text calculation with the text coords and like the vertex positions and stuff. I just offset it back to the middle, so that's pretty cool. And I guess the next thing that I have to implement is the gameplay. It's about time. And I need to fix this text rendering thing. I need to write a different shader basically for the text that will just discard the parts that are not text basically. So yeah, I'll see you in the next devlog. Peace.